bling.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Oh, you should totally read the ping today.
It's the ping. What's the bling?
Bro, it's the bling. Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always
What?
drama when I ring.
Where's my crown? That's my bling. Always drama when I ring. Damn, bro. Alright.
Yeah, it's. You know where it's from?
No, I have no idea where. I don't know where it's from.
It's from my favorite song. In the thick of it.
The thick of it? Wow.
Yeah. Bro, it's a
Alright.
go-to song. Trust me.
Okay.
Really good song.
Alright.
Oh man, I already see how shit the codebase is turning out. So fast. I'm so proud of you. You can really fuck something up so fast.
Okay. We're gonna have to give the window size to this thing.
Bro, the push constant.
Yeah? Where else would I put
What
it?
do you need this for, bro?
So that the shaders can put the UI in the right spot, because right now it's not normalized device coordinates. It's just actual coordinates. I need to put them so they are within the view, basically.
Why don't you just add a camera for the UI?
But you would still have to do it either way. And doing a camera for the UI is kind of it's too much. It's easier to do this. It's faster also. It's just one. This is just this is faster. Yes. Oh wait. Penguin operator says hello, penguin operator. How are you? I hope you're good. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna add to it over here. It's just a float to window size. Isn't it like that? Yeah. And then it will be here divided by window.
Oh, hold on, wait, go back to the SIG code.
Just a sec. Window size divided by 2 minus 1. Should be that. It doesn't seem to like it. What did you want to see about the SIG code?
Where do you pass in the window size?
I'm gonna pass it in missing structure. It's complaints about it over here. Isn't that this how you do no overload function to argument type vector? That's how I do it here. I'm pretty sure about it. Shaders UI. No, that should be it. Screen size, window size. Maybe I should call it screen size. It actually makes more sense. And it won't select it. What the fuck is going on? Screen size.
Bro, what is this low cortisol music you're playing, bro?
Ah, I see it. No, I don't see the problem. Why is I think it's lying to me about the problem. Ambiguous argument of type int float. Oh. No, but all of these are floats. And then overload for applicable argument of type vector float 3. Oh, wait. Vector float 2. Yeah, we shouldn't actually. Yeah, okay, I see. Because the position should actually just be this. I don't really care about that one. So I'm gonna change a little bit into that, and that should be fine.
But where do you assign the push constant screen size in SIG?
What do you mean assign in this case?
Equals operator.
Ah. That's before I draw.
Let's see
here.
You're not assigning the window size.
No, I'm going to do it.
Right now, yeah, great.
Yeah. The first I want to see it said something there. Init has been deprecated 3-component initial vector 2 is deprecated for detail. And actually just jump to that somehow.
Imagine having deprecated stuff in your shit, bro.
Yeah. Whoa.
I would never.
Wow. Slang.
That's very nice.
Yeah. When initialize a vector using 3 elements vector tail. 0 when. What is this? When initializing a vector using 3 elements, the vector is tail padded with 0. Initializing a vector using an element of... Oh yeah, but that's because... Hold on, I forgot. No, wait, this should be... Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one again.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened over here? Look at this. Okay,
You happened.
Shoo! We're gonna have to do a little bit of... that's why it's problematic 0 there.
Because we got to have like one of those bro podcasts.
Like, why can it just not... I swear to God, like this... Ooh. Okay. Can I just like force exit then, and then I will reload? Wait, I'm losing my... And now there's a dumb swap file somewhere. I cannot...
Lubber.
Wait. Sudo... Vim... And the wrong type. There. And... How do I navigate with... let's see.
How do you navigate? You don't.
Okay, and then I will go to source, assets, shaders, and then the shader. Now it doesn't say there's one in memory, but oh God, that's so dumb. Now it says there is one. I can't. Let's see, there is one over here. Can I just get this one? And then RM. Okay. Okay, good. But why is there now some weird ass... What happened? Why did it do this? Can I just undo the... Yeah, okay, good, I can. I don't know why, but it always does that. Sometimes it just... The whole LSP just fucks up and it starts to add weird shit everywhere. Okay, what was your question?
Oh, I was just saying that we should make one of those bro podcasts.
Yeah. And then become rich. And then we tell everybody to buy our shitcoin.
Yeah.
Ah.
Doesn't this just sound like a great idea?
It sounds like a banger idea.
I know.
Okay. And then we can pass in here. Do we store anything to do with the size? I guess I don't take in anything to do with size. Window size. I don't have access to any of the sizes. No. I do not. I could also do it before I send it on the CPU side. Or I could take it in as a parameter draw. I'm gonna do this pub const. Well, I guess, and then I'm just going to draw. Oh. I like my infos. What project was it that we called everything info? Or I called everything info? Was it the Wallenstein? I think it was.
Probably.
And then we'll just take it in here like this instead. And then here we'll take window size. Or screen size.
Lucas, do you admit that calling thing info is bad?
No.
Really?
Yes.
So you're retarded?
Yes.
This reminds me of Spec.
Oh, but that one is also pretty fire.
Really isn't.
All it kind of is. The spec table is for real the best.
No, it's kind of amazing that you get this beautiful language cooked up by the master of SIG, and you know, then you ruin it.
You're ruining it.
Yeah, you're ruining it.
Let's see, you can do info dot width, and then we'll do info dot height. Assuming that that's alright. And this will be info dot UI vertices. Yeah. And this will also be info.
Oh, it's Cheesecake Sun.
Yo, Cheesecake Sun is here. That's crazy. And now in here, before we do a draw, we'll have to make a quick. Well, I guess it could also just be done like this. Screen, height, and now we do have access to window. We could also use from size, height, and width, window, size, width. So Donald,
Oh, no, wait a
meow,
minute.
ayo, who said that? Who said what?
Me, bro, but it's done. Hold up.
Hmm?
Donald, what? What the hell is this? Bro, this is not create, okay, bro?
Create.
Lucas, you don't want to look at this stream, bro. You don't want to look at it.
Well, now I kind of want to do look at it because you're saying I shouldn't. Let's see what is Donald cooking.
Bro got physics.
You got physics? Yo.
Yeah, bro, you don't even know.
Smooth glass? Yo.
Bro, but you said this boat is on.
Let's put it on stream. We'll stream Donald's stream real quick.
Yeah, now there's gonna be tons of people.
Yo, what the fuck did you do to all of the trees?
Yeah, bro, they have gravity.
Sure. Wait, the boat is not even wait, you can place. Oh, it sank.
They heavy.
It's the heavy.
Yeah, from TF2.
Do you make like, is it islands it's called, or what is it called? I forgot with these things.
Private Island?
Epstein Island. No, but they're called islands, aren't they? He just left on us like that. How dare
he just left like that, yeah.
Just like that. Yeah, I guess I would have to do at float from int. I got yoinked to the other VC. How dare they take you from us? How could they? They yoinked him.
Damn.
I think it's
He's
excuses.
yoinked
He
him.
actually left us. I think that's what's
Yeah.
really happened. Ain't no way. Real Donald would never have left us. Okay, that seems to be it. So we should be getting the window, and it should be now there. That's not it. Structure ID 15 decoded as block for alright. I changed how the here to.
Well, I'm gonna go see editor.
See you later. And that should be problematic now in a few places. Or can I do a? I can do this. Let's see, we can do that. 0. This will. We can use this for the UV later on, but for now we are not concerned about it. We just need that padding. And then with these ones, we can now remove the actual uselessness. Boom. Okay, still problematic. Let's see. Physical storage buffer storage. That must be full of relaxed storage buffer like. Member 2 is an improperly straddling vector at offset 12. This is out if enabled. But is that no? That is the shader extension. Decorated as structure ID 15. Decorated as block for variable physical storage buffer. Storage buffer. This may be allowed if enabled scalar block layout. Okay, I think. Wait, there's something wrong with that. It still assumes that this. That's not the look I got anymore. I got float 2, float 2, float 4. Did it not? Something did not update. There should be 2 floats here. RM, RF, big cat. No, still it sees it as that. Okay, what did I do in the shaders? Right, okay. There we go. And there's the little cube. Now, it's actually right. Look at that. Pew pew. So what we can do now is that we can go into the code, the editor, and we could go and make this cube a little bit bigger. Fuck. So we can do this, that, and save that, and it should have auto loaded, but it didn't. Big build. Boom. Okay. Kill. Yes. Pretty good, pretty good. Now if I change this to 200, yeah, now it works, and haha. Okay, we're getting there. So what we actually do want now is we kind of want a the middle thing to just be UI add null, and then we want the layout size of this will be %. Width will be, we'll say 100. No, it's 1. Height will be 0.5. And then what we can do is do a color, new, and we'll do 0.5. Can I do like this? I don't think Sig likes this. No, did not. So we have to do a Like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so visually select, move. Why is nothing working with? Okay, now it's worked. I'm just gonna reopen it. Editor. And we can jump down there to that one, select, move. Now it works good. And we're gonna insert 0, and then we're gonna move to the end. Put that over there, and there we go. We got that one. Now its position is a bit wrong. So, actually, I do want it so it should be. You can put it like offset. Well, we can always change these things. If left 0 and top is to UI screen height divided by 2 minus, well, I cannot give itself. Okay, we can change it to be like this. We can add a UI add, parent will be null. And then we can say that we want a size percent 1 1 and 1. Sorry, get that last one. And then we'll go here. Why did the one go away? Boom. Now we have one that is full size for everything. And then what we'll do is with this one we can say not that. We can take here. And then we can say here that child anchor. Is it not what I have a line? No. What is it that I got? I'm pretty sure it should be anchor. Ah, yeah. Center. Y center, like that. Yeah. And then I can just say I'm gonna call this one name display. And then with name display, I can give it this one be name display. And now it's in the center. Yeah. Well, that didn't work. Oh my god, what the fuck happened there? It should be still like, if I say with, yeah, 100%, it should still be updated to start takes in window pointer right. I need to update its size also. I'll be back. Alright, you will be back. You will be back. Yeah, well, I don't ever update these ones, do I? No. Did I do it before then? What the fuck? Let me go take a look in here. Let's see. Because, let's see here. Init once. I do know I did call update on it, but we can also go in here to systems and let's take a look. shouldn't be that weird. Like it should be something very simple there too. Let's see, update. HUD update. I passed in the window here, so I'm probably just setting it manually, which I guess it won't even jump to it. That's okay. We don't need to. Let's see. It will be client systems HUD. And then in the update here, yeah, UI screen I manually set. And I think we should probably just do it in the update as is. Yeah, that would be better. So we'll change the signature to in the update or start. There is no update, but to not just take in the time, we have the mouse. I think it makes sense. Yeah. Then we would take in. Let's see. I'm gonna do this again. Const. I'm just gonna call it your info. I like info. All right. A structure. We'll take this. Do we have a mouse state as well? It's a little bit weird to do it like this always. I will see. And then window screen size. It is window, but and here I do have size 2D. So I can do that. And then what will happen in here is that we'll take in info, info. And then what we can do is we can change this to just be info that time. And then we can do one more thing is to do self.ui screen height info dot screen size height screen width is equal to info screen width W. And that should be pretty much. Oh shit. I'm going so much between C, SIG, and C++ that I'm forgetting how to end my damn lines. Okay, but now that we'll take that in and it will update it. You just need to make sure that it also does it in here. So you can see it's not very happy about this, but we can do this. The time is irrelevant for the moment. Screen size. Oh, height at what am I using in here? Let's see. Window dot size height with window dot size width. And it doesn't like it because it's expected that F32 found a U32. So we can and should do a. Why did it go over there? Right, because that one. Wait, what the? So, and then, damn it, where do you go? I can't. Window G that backwards at float from int and we should be fine to do this. Float from int. Did I do it wrong anyways? That is a U32 and it's expecting a float. I think it's lying to me right now. It has to be lying to me. But something is incorrect. Okay, now it's up better. I don't know. Yeah, so now it's working. Now it scales the whole thing. That was fun. All right. So with this in place, it should also work if I do this real quick. Yeah. Woohoo! This will basically be the editor, right? I think it will. It will be alright. Now we just want to display... We can even take just the first frame or something like that from whatever we happen to capture, right? So... And then we will put the timeline down there below. The timeline could even exist. It can exist. So we can do a UI add. We don't even need a name for it. It doesn't need a parent even, because this is just at the bottom. So we can also give it a. It will have a size of, I think, so that Swedish shit. In general, it will be just this. And did I select the whole thing? Damn. Let's see. A few more lines so I can read what I'm doing. Okay. I'm not. So maybe one more. Like that. That one. Yes. Okay, so we got one more with full size. And that one will also have, it will be, I want it at the bottom. Shit. Okay, but this one is right now covering the full screen. Which is not what I wanted. It should just have, should it have a static height? And not a percentile? Well, I guess we can still just make it to 0.1. And then just do dot color new dot new, of course, and we can do the same. We can actually do a little bit of 0.6, I would say. One for alpha. There we go, it's up there. Wait, no, I was thinking the other way around. Fuck. I was meaning to do a 0.4. And that's like more dark, and that's what I wanted. And then what we can do now, if we want it at the bottom, we do need another one, which is basically the same thing as this one over here, but it will be slightly different in the sense that it will not be called display. And we'll also call it, we'll call it timeline. This timeline will be the full thing, but we will. It doesn't really matter. We'll put X from start and Y from end, and then we don't want that there. And then what we want to do is this one will have its parent to be timeline. Boom. So it's a bit odd. Maybe a 0.50. Yeah. It's not, doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to be something, right? And then what we can do now with this is that we need to put the damn thing in there. How do I get the damn thing in there? That's gonna be difficult. Because we do have the initial main here, where we normally would do this whole thing, which would store this in clip, and there we would have all of frames. And we do have all of the bytes. I just need to figure out how to read those bytes. See. Frame operator will be back in a bit. Sure. Okay. So do we pass the... I guess this should actually be inside of system, if you really think about it. System would do all of this, and then... Yeah. Main wouldn't do this. No. Because then system would have access to that, and the system want access to that and tell how everything else is supposed to do. We shouldn't pass this on to system. That's weird. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna do this to here. We'll come down here. And we're gonna go back into main. Main won't need this anymore. In general, I don't like system to have anything more than just these things. Now it has more stuff, which is a bit funny, but wait a minute. I'm not even using capture. Capture just exists as an old thing that is not even... It's funny. Well, I guess it makes sense. It shouldn't even be there. But this would be basically the capture. I'll let it be there until we have it working. It is convenient now to run with it over here. And what we can do now, when we do the init, we can go back to main. Maybe wait. That. And then we'll go back to system. Maybe I should make a separate capture because this is gonna be not funny. See, I can take capture away from here. I can go back in system. System will have capture now. That makes sense, I think. Except for that capture is not... Well, I guess it is. Okay, I guess it's fine. It is fine. The system is... Okay, this should still run though. Yeah, good. So what we can do now is we'll take this, initialize all the other things. We do have access to I/O, so we can that. And this should pretty much do the same thing as always done. Allow, enter, and there we go. Everything of that shit worked. It's 49 frames, 676,398. Yes, good. And with that, we should be able to now have that in. Right, I deferred everything, didn't I? Defer, yeah, all of this got freed. So what we actually want to do is to move this away from here to the D-init. And this clip will actually exist on the thing itself. So we can do this. Well, I guess it's kind of more of an editor's thing then, isn't it? Well, it's actually a capture, and capture and editor is not the same thing. But we'll leave it for here for now to begin with over here, and then that means that we can do, instead of doing this, we can say self.clip.load. Load will load it into the clip. And then we can say self.that free that shit. Unclear identifier clip. Right. Clear and identifier GPA. And we do not need to do it per, just do it here. Cell, and that's it. Yes, that should still work the same way. Yes, whatever. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can. Now we just need a way to actually upload this one of these things. Oh shit. We do have an info. An info contains the width and height and FPS. Could I just... U8. Okay, so what we could do is we could store a handle. As a renderer, we do have the... Let's go to the texture table. Texture table over here. Store of these, we have create texture. We can do a one-time create texture. And then just see that we get the initial one, right? So this is just creating the initial blank, which is used for drawing. We now need to create another call to upload or something like that. So we can do public. Does that make sense? It does, because this will be updated to that. So we can actually just do a... Yeah, okay, this will work. Trust me. Public function upload texture. I do call them texture, but they're like basically images and whatnot. But self, taking a pointer to the renderer, and then we're gonna take also, we do need the data, which will be an array const. Well, actually, we do need a little bit more. We do need what's it called? We do need the width, the height, and we just need the width and height, I think. Should I make a structure out of it? I don't think I want default values. Upload texture. No, I want the update texture if you want to update. Maybe you should call it. Well, actually, I don't even need to do this. I can literally just go into here. Wait, let me take a look here. Create texture. You pass in. No, I do need a bit more. And then here's the info that I want to take in. Yeah, and this I don't want to give to the outside, so I guess we do have to chain react it a little bit. That's okay. But then we don't need to do it like this. We can literally just say texture table dot info for the upload, and then we can do in here, we can do info like so, and we'll return an error void. No, wait, actually, we want to return the texture handle. Yeah. So with this now, we can now say self texture table create texture. And we do pass in the device, was it? Self dot. Can you please just give me some help? The devices. Device and physical device. Oh. And then the information. And then we'll just return. Does this one return an error? Yes. So we need to try and return that. Maybe we should also call it create texture. Create texture. That's a bit of a weird thing to call this thing to get the other thing, but it's just so I don't call the physical device and the logical device from the outside. It's a bit weird if I were to do it. Now what we can do is that when we initialize the system here, we got all of the information basically that we need. We can do a quick renderer. What is your name? Yes. Renderer. A self renderer. Create texture. Passing in a height of, well, we do have all of this. Yank that, paste that, and then we can do the width of the same thing but width. And now the data, we need to take a slice of the clip, not that one, self clip, frames, items, and we need to take from 0 to, and then it's just this multiplied by that, and that should give us the initial frame, right? Maybe. I hope it would. I think it should. And we do need to do one bracket like that. And then also with like a little bit of readiness here. Boom. And it complains because expected cons found double array. Well, that cannot be. Oh, wait. And I have an array of those. So actually what I want to do is, wait, then I just do this. And that should be the initial one. Okay. that's better. I like it more. And then we can do try. And then what we'll get back is now a handle. I'm gonna call it display handle. And that will be, oh shit. It will be from renderer. I don't think I have, well, it can be just the U32 because it's the same thing. It just have to do a enum cast, but it's fine. Display handle is equal to that, and cell, of course. And that will be problematic because it returns a handle, but we do want it to be at int from enum. That should be fine. Expected type U32 render texture table. I think it just doesn't realize that it's updated, yeah. So now we got this display texture handle thingy. The thing is that we can't still load it though, but we do have it uploaded. And if I just run, we got no problem, so I think it went up at least. Now what we could do is we can't really do anything. We need to create the... We need now to actually like make the descriptor sampler or the combine image sampler table so we can upload the textures and use them when we draw the UI. So that's what we'll do next. Let's quickly do a git add dot git commit editor prototype visual. Push that. Well, that's taking its time. All right. So how should I do this now? Because I kind of need just a place where I can get all of these textures from, right? In a nice way. And they need to be submitted to the push constant so we can get a texture table. Or actually we could, no, we need to store it in the vertex data. That's what we do need to do. So we'll change that first. And then we can actually reuse this whole one thing that we got here, frame data. For this thing, we got two of these, right? So we can change this one to just be texture ID, and that would be a U32. And then, well, I guess I'm lazy, so I'm gonna do this. It's the same thing. And then texture ID by default will have 0. That's basically be the blank handle. They don't always have to provide it. And with this, we now need to also do it in the actual shaders. So we'll have here, we got this, we can just change this to a float, and then we can change this to a flow. Unsigned int. I think that's it, right? Texture ID. Welcome back, Penguin Operator. What were you doing? Were you plotting against me, huh? I bet you were, weren't you? I think you were. And now that we got this, we want to use it in here in a smart way, but before that we do need access to the textures, right? And that we can actually see. Let's see, I'm gonna go into here, see how I used to do it. Because we do need here binding 0, set 0, binding 0. We just have sampler 2D textures 256. And then I just checked basically this. If it's SDF or else just texture sampler input. But then I need the UVs. Do I need the UVs? Yeah, I do need the UVs, so I know how to sample the texture. Okay, we need to add the sample, the UVs. Okay. So let's add the UVs then, I guess. But then I guess that would make more sense over here. So I would take this one over to here. And should you just UV? And I'm not gonna assign anything to Gif. I think that's also what I used to do here. Yeah, float to in texture index. Basically the same thing. So we can take this one over to here. And then we can go there and we can change this one to a, and then I call it UV. So we'll have that. That makes sense. Then we can go back to editor, because this is where we'll do all of this. And really just all of these should the UVs happen. Well, for now they could happen here, because this is just a normal thing, so it doesn't need anything special. We'll just do, well, if I got the LSP, that would be fantastic. Well, there is no damn LSP in this shit. Okay, we'll do vert renderer UI vertex is equal to that. So I need, let's see, it doesn't tell me, or oh wait, that's wrong still. It needs to be like this, right? And then we want the texture ID to be equal to something if it had anything. So by default, we're gonna put it equal to that. This is what I do want for all of these ones, so I can do this. And then what I can do to make it faster, like so, that should be it. And then save that. Boom. That's pretty fire. Now, let's see, this is left top. So it's this one, and then this one is left top width. So it's this one, so that is, this is X, so this means it's this one that is increased. And then we got both of them increased. And then lastly, we'll have just, what the fuck? This one increased. Boom. That should be all for the UVs. Then what we can do now with all of this in place, we need to get the damn the sampler. Oof. But okay, let's do it. We're gonna go in here, and it was it like BK. How was this? Binding. I don't remember. Yeah, it's BK binding 0, that's 0, row 1, and then sampler 2D, and then we can just say textures. But I guess, was it first 256 or is it after 255? 56, that's the size, the maximum is, yeah. Is it like just textures? Or is it the other way around? Oh, it's like that. Good. So now we got the textures. Well, we don't have them, but we're gonna get them. Don't worry about it. It's wrong about this. It says that it's wrong. I think it's lying. Oh fuck! It's worse than lying. It's horrible. It's lying. Okay, bam. That we good. And what we can do now is that we're probably gonna have to do a little bit of. Let's see, it's... Yeah, now we do need the... No, we do not. Why do I have a separate... Oh, I guess I do need a separate one. And then do need the non-interpolation. Yeah, we're gonna take... Basically, we're gonna reuse this. We don't do the SDFs yet, don't worry about it. There, and then we can do in here output UV is equal to vertex UV, and then in here now we got this texture. Oh, I forgot. Output texture index is equal to vertex. Should I eat? And then in here we can now do the isn't it is it a float 4? It is a float 4, yeah. Text, so like call it before text it. Yes, good. And then it's just texture non-uniform resource index. Okay. Textures non-uniform resource index. And it's a function, and it will take in our beautiful input. Put the texture index and that, and then just is it sample with input UV, yeah. UV. And then we multiply that with the color. And something seems to be odd there, but I don't know. I think I got it pretty spot on. Texture resource index. Ah, it's capital N. Oh. I think it's on point. I don't know. It's lying to me about something that's not real. What the fuck? No, it cannot be true. Yeah, I think it's lying. It has to be lying. It's lying. Don't worry about it. Okay, but there's... a little bit of a thing that we need to do is that we still need to create this thing, and then we need to add it to the descriptor set layout so it can be recognized, and then we need to upload the actual textures to be associated with that, and then we can use it. So that's what we will do. Let's see. I need to drink some water also. It takes a lot of brain capacity. Okay. So we'll go into descriptor layout, right? This is the thing that we want to be, and then I do have bindings here, which I do not wait. There, bindings. I do none of them. I don't do a single binding, but now we'll need one. And apparently I won't be able to get the MLSP for this, so I'm gonna do it outside real quick. Just to const bin this. Whoa! Wiki descriptors of layout binding. Great. Okay, let's try again. Const bind BK descriptors. I want the bindings. Binding. Descriptor binding. Descriptor set layout binding there. And then stage flags. Well, I guess it has to be on. I just need it for the vertex, but I guess it will complain if I don't put it on both. Oh wait, I just need it on the fragment. That's what I meant. Well, I will see. It probably will complain if it's not right, so who cares? Then binding will be 0. Or do you have to do no 0? Descriptor type. This is sampled image. I don't know what the fuck. Is it just an enum? Descriptor count 1. Right? And p mutable samplers. Do you have to assign this one? You just put it in null. I think that's what I want, right? Heck, do I know what the fuck? And yeah, I'm just gonna take that, put it in here. Yeah. And then I will quickly just do this. We have it as a reference for later if we need it. But that should be pretty much it. Now, the problem is just that we need to also upload it, right? Or set we need to set it. Then offset. We can do that. Probably not inside of the texture table, even though that's where I would ideally like to be doing this stuff, but we can still do it when we do get a, well, shit. We need to do it in 2 places now, because I'm a donkey, I just realized. But it's okay to be a donkey sometimes, you know? But we can actually do it from here, because I can call this internally and then it will work. Yes. What we'll do is, it's fine from here. It's fine. It is fine. So we can do a self. Well, there is no self. We can't do it from here. I'm about to be very sad. Well, the buffer needs to live somewhere. It doesn't need to live there directly, right? So it can still live with the texture table. I guess that makes sense then. Because then it kind of just associated with that thing. Am I making this dumb? No, I think it makes sense to have it there. So it would just be a buffer of How does this work? Wait, I know how this works, but I need to check. No, I don't know. That's why I need to check now. Okay, let's see. We can go to render internal resources. Resources there. And I do have texture table as well in here, and it's just a descriptor buffer. And I need to do all of these things. We're gonna have to do those, but I'm just checking. Let's see. Okay, and then when I added something, how sampler right descriptor set script get descriptor extension handle info descriptor size. I haven't tried deinitializing the whole application. I might have some memory leaks. That's okay. But yeah, we're gonna create a one of these things. Descriptor buffer of just resource descriptor buffer, yep. User shader device address. Okay, but it's different. Okay, so we're gonna have buffer in here as well. Const buffer is equal to import a buffer.sig buffer, and gonna provide use do that later. And then we can do it down here. We can say let's strip the buffer. Buffer, and it's not. The thing is that it's actually like it's not just a. I did an array of U8s, but that doesn't make sense to me. Why would it? Or is it just raw bytes? It should be. Because that's what I used to do, but when I think about it, shouldn't it actually be like the actual, like, well, I guess destination, where am I calling this from? Yeah, descriptor buffer bytes, mapped, self-binding offset, and the offsets are in bytes. So I guess it would be in bytes. Is it really? Okay, I'm gonna ask. I have to ask. This I cannot figure out. Is the buffer or descriptor buffer for textures supposed to be in bytes or descriptor handles? Because I guess if it counts the offset, then it probably is in bytes. But it's because I did bytes before, but I never understood really why. Now I'm curious to know why. I guess it is probably because the offset is counted in bytes. U60, well, it's counted in U64, so it might device size, so it might happen that it just happened to be valid. Depends which mechanism and not Currently only enable swap change shader objects, no descriptor buffer. There should be a descriptor buffer extension. Bytes of U8 with resource descriptor buffer bit usage. You're asked get descriptor set layout size extension for the total size to get descriptor set layout binding offset for where binding 0 starts. Get descriptor X and writes the texture descriptor as an opaque byte blob size comes from physical device descriptor buffer properties extension sample image descriptor size at offset plus index multiplied by descriptor size. No handles anywhere. The descriptor is just derived defined bytes your mem copy. Classic descriptor sets what your current extension list supports. No buffer at all. You allocate descriptor set. Yeah, I don't do descriptor set. From a pool, I don't have a pool, and update descriptor sets writes image. Yeah, and I don't do that. The bytes are hidden inside the driver. For 256 enter texture table, classic set with 256 array binding, update after bind. Flags for Vulkan 1.2 descriptor indexing, which is core, no extension. It's meaningful, less machinery, one pool, one set, one update descriptor set, call when the texture is created, change descriptor buffer bias, use something when you're rebuilding descriptors per frame at scale. You're not. Nah, but I still like it more than the pool. I hate the pool and the set so fucking much. U8. So we're gonna do that. And then in initialization we will create it. Right, but then we do need an init. Public function init. And I think I will take in a self. I will let the thing outside create this thing. Yeah. So we'll do like this. And we'll need device and physical device. At least. Why can I not just go to here? So device, then physical device, physical device, and we'll return an error about it. And this will just be self. And then we'll also create the self dot descriptor buffer equal to buffer u8 init. Right, then we need to get the actual device proxy, and then it's the resource descriptor buffer set size. Isn't it? Descriptor set layout size. Get the descriptor that size. Yeah. Texture layout. But now I need to take in the texture layout. I guess it makes sense. Yes. As long as I just created before. So we're gonna move it a bit down. I guess it can be last, doesn't really matter that much, but I need it about here. Texture table dot init device physical device. And then what we can do is you just need the descriptor layout, which is actually now the which is just the texture layout. Well, it's actually a bit of everything, to be honest, when you think about it. Okay, we'll go with it. And then what we can do is we can also just pass device, physical device, and then we pass in the descriptor layout because it's needed. So we can do this, or we could pass just. We could also just do the calculations before we pass it. Nah. I think it's so heavily integrated with the actual texture, so I'm gonna do texture layout, and we're gonna do a go up there, do a const, and then we're gonna take the descriptor layout. And then we can just do layout, let's see. And then we can go down there, do descriptor layout. So now we got that thing. Do we need to take in the whole thing? I will take my whole abstraction for it, it's okay. And then we want the layout here, which is, it's not mine, it's the handle. Actually, that's it. Let's like return the value then. Yeah, it returns. Okay. So I can say const descriptor set layout size. So layout size. Well, it's desk layout size. Wow. Now with that, we know the size. So we can say disk layout size. The physical device and then the device. Now I have them in total swapped order, which is cursed, but it's not that bad. Usage, storage, true, and whoa. So I need to get a little bit of a new lines over here. Hey, whoa. Why is it being so damn problematic about this there? Can I just get a new line? Thanks. Alright. Memory properties. True, because we're gonna be manipulating that. Okay, that's. We're probably gonna have more, but they're gonna let it complain because it's funnier to figure it out that way. It's probably needs to try. And that should give us descriptor buffer, which is, well, meant for this whole texture table, but it just makes sense, trust me. And what else? There is a descriptor set layout binding offset for the binding zero starts. I don't know. I will do stuff and I will see how it goes. So now when we create a texture, yeah, we'll do it in here. So we do all of this. We got the new image, and now we also, before we do any of these things, we could also say that, hey, we have the self descriptor buffer. So we would like to now set this one to be that one, and that would do from device proxy, and that is the get descriptor descriptor extension. It's funny that it's a get when it's a set. And then p descriptor info. So we're gonna create that const descriptor well, I guess we could also do info bk descriptor yeah. I don't even know what I want to put on all of these. Let's take a look. What do I want to put on all of those? I want to put a type to be combined image sampler, and the data will be image info, which has to be created before that. Okay. So we can do type combined image sampler. We have put it equal to true, or it's just an enum. Okay. Then the data will be another thing called const image info. Actually, var, but it's gonna pass the reference info, and it's a descriptor image info. vk descriptor image info, and there will be the image layout, image view, and sampler. I don't have a sampler. I need to create a default sampler, I guess, just for this. I'm not gonna worry about fixing that. So we're gonna have a default sampler, vk sampler. I think that's fine to create it here. We wouldn't really care about creating it anywhere else as of the moment. So we're gonna do we need to do it before. Yeah, but we don't need it before that. So const well, we can actually just say self default sampler is equal to yeah, we cannot really do that. We need a const sampler info, which is a vk sampler to create sampler info create, and we do need to assign all of these, most of these at least. Address mode view is there. Okay. Clamp border, clamp to edge, mirror, repeat. This one, I think. And then we're gonna do this so we already get new lines. No? Okay, no new lines. That's fantastic. Whoa. Well, I can do them manually, I guess. So I can do this. Color, compared, enable, mag filter. I think I should actually get the device properties for these ones, but view normalized coordinates. I think that has to refer with the what's it called? The UV coordinates, right? And I'll use 0 to 1. I don't use something else. But let's see. I think I'm gonna do a default sampler in here as well somewhere. Here. Oh, it's edged and bordered. Linear, false, and then black. Okay, let's put that false and black. False. Oh, wait, it's a dot. And then Float of transparent. What the fuck? Which one did I have? Color into paper. And then did I used to have? Wait, they are normalized coordinates fast. But me is that? I think it should be true. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, we'll see. Compare enabled false. Not that kind of false. This kind of false. And compare operator. Compare always. And mip map mode winner. How about that already? I think that's all that's needed. At least for default sampler, it should be fine. So then we can do device, Voxy, create sampler. Passing in, well, now I need to change that. Damn it. Null. Please. To a, what the hell? R. And then we have a default sampler, pretty fire. We'll just reuse that one in here. So sampler, so default sampler. Now I wonder what did I, because I do need the view. Should read on optimal. Let's see. Image view, that I will get easy on the new image view, but for that other part, damn it, can't you just put a new line for me? Could it be so kind? We just put a new line. No, it cannot. And then the data is equal to this image info. And then here now we can find this thing. So descript this thing. Oh, it's a reference to it as well. So descriptor info. We do need to change it to become a bar. And pointer to descriptor. What? Descriptor set size. Okay, I don't know what. So just the size of the descriptor. Okay. Well, that's one we already got. I didn't save it. Just don't know what. I don't know. Is it different for this binding? Let's see. No, there should be size and then descriptor pointer, which we could calculate also on the spot. But let's get the. We do have descriptor set layout size here, so we could actually just do. Let's see. I think it will be. We'll do this. Now we have descriptor buffer. Now we'll do this. Well, I guess I will do a U size for it. Does it return? No, it returns a U32, so I'm gonna do a U64. 65. How about that? And we're gonna call back descriptor. And then that we'll have it there. We can now actually, what we could do is just change this to become self.that, and then we can do self as this, And now we already got it. So now we can go back down here. No. Because itself that descriptor size. And then now we just need the dem offset, which I used to calculate differently because it's this thing. Right, it's used to pass in like a descriptor buffer. We got the p mapped, and then it's pointer arithmetic of binding offset. Well, binding offset is 0, so I think we could actually ignore it. It would be safe to do it. Now we could take the texture 0 and then multiply it with the descriptor size. Now we would take the descriptor size. And that must make sense for me. Right, let me take. Is that like different? Table set size. Okay, where do we assign descriptor size? Self. Oh, somewhere it has to come from. There. And it's, oh, that's the descriptor size. Oh, it comes from here. It's not this thing. Okay, now what is descriptor size then? Descriptor size is, oh my god, combined image sampler descriptor. That's from the physical device. Oh my god. And that we get from the actual when we initialize the thing. Let's see. Am I even talking? Let's see, I just want to make sure. Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. That is something I store in the physical device. So that's when I initialize the physical device, I do get those things. This I do need. I'm pretty sure about it. So we can do it when we, initialize the physical device. I think, do we already get the few families, blah blah blah, best, and now we have chosen our physical device, basically. But is this one also called from? I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Device there. And then it's in here where I do the return. Yeah, so. Device properties. Physical device properties 2. It seems to exist in physical or just physical device properties. Physical device doesn't need to happen. Physical device properties here. But it's not quite. We kind of want to do it physical device properties too, right? So we're gonna change it. God, can you please behave? There. 2. And then we can pass in that thing. I do it like a this? I don't get enough LSP. No LSP for that. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a const var. And I don't think there's anything else. We do need to do device physical device properties too, and then we need to pass in p next physical device. Yes. So physical device properties vk physical device properties 2, and there's just a next. There's nothing else, right? Yeah, just a next, which will be vk physical device descriptor buffer. It's for physical device or buffer is vk physical 30 prop is I was hoping it would pop up. Physical device is the buffer feature. Yes. Sample image descriptor size. Descriptor buffer. Image layout ignored. Buffer. True. Whoa. Ah. Like so, and then physical device properties 2. Yeah. And then device buffer descriptor buffer. Wait, what properties? That's weird. It's from there I could get combined image sample descriptor size. Seems like it just stores the whole thing. But that doesn't store. Where is it there? PI. Yeah, not the. But I guess it could store this thing. But that doesn't have. Don't see the thing that I need in here. Image layout ignored, push constant. But wait, the wrong thing, not the properties extent. Yeah, it's features. Phew, that was close. Properties extension. image descriptor size. Yes. True. Center descriptor size. That's what I want. Voice buffer properties. Combine your center descriptor size. Yeah. So I do a sampler descriptor size. And that's, was it a device size? Device size. Wrong place. VK device size. And then we can in here the descriptor size is equal to, and then we should have properties or not. Physical device properties. Sampler combined. Sampler image combined. Sampled image descriptor. Yeah. Like so. That should be pretty much it. So now we should have access to it through the physical device. So we can go back into here, where it started from, because we did it from here. And we do have access to physical device in here anyways. So the offset, we just need to get the actual buffer, just the get buffer device, add less. I do need to get this mapped, or no, I do need to get the mapped. Public function get buffer get mapped. I think it makes sense. That's it. Self. We need anything. It's just a 3. We just need to give us the. But any opaque. Yeah, just then you do whatever you want with it afterwards. Does it make sense? They also do the same thing. Wait. I used to use VMA. Is this the same? This. On map. Same thing, one difference in life on VMA P map was persistent mapping. VMA map wanted the allocation and kept it. Map memory gives you the same pointer and you do after each write. The mapping stays valid until unmapped memory or memory free. Mapping is not in session. Descriptor buffer replace duplicate VMA behavior. Map once at init. Store write through it whenever unmap only the inits or never free the memory. only active mapping per weekend. System of can't share one without it. You flush, so nothing exists. But should just map once or until it Huh. Huh. Well, we'll do that. The method. And that's just an oh no, it's a pointer array. Or array of pointers. That's weird. Is that actually it? Hello, edgy dev cat. Edgy? Or is it edgy or edgy? Edgy. Okay. Then we can do that. And then we can take this away from here, and then we can do it once on initialization instead.
Well.
Well. If it isn't T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how's it going?
It's going pretty decent, I would say. Create info size.
Yeah. I got reality checked. I wanted to check if my phone supports Vulkan 1.3 because I don't know, that would be cool. But only supports 1.1.
But usually you don't wanna you shouldn't do too modern features because mobile devices have understood they don't like dynamic rendering even. You shouldn't do dynamic rendering.
Yeah, they really don't like dynamic rendering. I don't even have the extension. It's insane.
What's that? Okay, edgy dev cat says what's up as well. What have you been up
What's
to,
up?
EG cat, dev cat? And then we can take this to the dinit. And then we don't even need devices. That's pretty fire.
Ah, damn.
But then I don't even need this get mapped.
But I got Timer and Semaphores. That's a win.
Oh wait, you're doing for real like mobile now, or?
Oh no, I don't.
You don't?
I just checked. I'm thinking it would be cool because you could do some crazy stuff. Yeah. Like I've been thinking maybe like porting my fluid simulation to Android.
Yeah, so you would like use when tilting the phone, it would like simulate, or you could use the camera to take it in. Oh. Yeah, that could be pretty fire.
Yeah, but also nah.
Nah.
I don't know. Soon. I don't know. Sometime.
Let's do the game jam on mobile, huh? Vulkan and then I will do the networking. That would be a fire project. Holy fuck! We make it a game where you play as a particle. The particle simulator.
But you have one particle with fluid simulation.
And the more player that joins, the better, you know. I guess the only thing you could really do would be chatting, you know, as a particle and hoping that people join so you could cluster up or whatever. Because you couldn't really... I mean, it could be pretty fire, you know, and then you could... Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? But the thing is, like, how do you... You would have to send everybody's position all the time. You cannot predict positions, right?
In the water simulation?
Yeah, because they have to be, they get.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess the server wouldn't even be running on the phone. It wouldn't even be using Vulkan in that sense. It would just be rendering. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. What was I doing? I was doing something. I forgot what I was doing. Good job, T-shirt. Look what you have done. Hate when it
Did I
happens.
ruin everything?
You ruined everything. I trusted you.
Yeah, but what are you cooking right now? I see some descriptor sets, great texture.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the what's it called? The actual getting textures up. So I want to load the first initial frame of the recording, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's the.
I gotta say the Vulkan Zig bending is pretty fire.
It is pretty fire, not gonna lie. Because it's also one thing I really enjoyed with this. Look at this. I'm gonna show the physical device here. It's the, what was it that just
It's so good you don't even remember.
Yeah.
By the way, you
Why-
see
why-
the virtual GPU with 67? That was my contribution. I told Harold to change that to 67 points. Crazy,
Wait,
right?
I got, oh my god. I got to be right back. I need to take a shit. Like I'm almost about to shit myself. BRB.
Alright. So stream, what are we up to? What are we up to? Ah, the... And
Oh my god, that was so good.
bro.
Bro, I was literally like, you need to go, you really need to go. Wait, yeah, okay. So I was working on this thing. It's going to be equal to destination. It's gonna be self descriptor buffer mapped. And then I want to move it, but based on the offset we're not gonna care about, int enum from self next handle. I guess we could use handle like so, multiplied by the size from the physical device that it's got. And that will go into, is it like by pointer? Destination. Yeah, it's by pointer. No, it's not. Shouldn't be by pointer. We'll see. There's a few problems everywhere, so let's start solving them. This one to begin with is problematic because if the expected type... What? Right, we cannot do that. Maps will always... Unless if we do... That's a bit problematic actually. Holy fuck, that's a bit of problematic. I think we will just store them as U8s instead. Not like this. You can do what you want to do later on. So at pointer, we can also do any opaques, but I think I used, let's do pointer to any opaque. It's easier to any opaque. And then we just do that. And then this one should be fine. Optional.
Then.
Oh, I mean, if this one doesn't have it, then that's bad.
Alright. Lucas, I will go eat now and then sleep.
Alright.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, good night.
Good night, good night. Found. Honest. That being problematic about. So it needs to do this. That's be it. Expected type found, error. What? Okay, let's do this then. Just do the try, we'll not do that. So now we have that, and then we can put this here instead. Which says that expected optional type found any opaque. That doesn't make sense. Okay, we'll go with that then. Where's it? Oh. No. Or is it like... I always forget these things. Or else. Yeah, it was supposed to be that. do this. Yeah, okay, good. We'll do that instead. Good. We don't need to pass device anymore in here. And then this one is problematic because no field name. It's even wrong. Layout size. Upload missing struct load bias. Load bias. Load bias. Min max load none, min load 0. Bias. Don't used to do that, so I guess we'll just do bias. Need that? Anistrophy. If it's just false, doesn't matter. Swear to God. Okay, good. And what is this one being problematic about? What I meant. Fuck. Properties. Oh, I don't need to give it anything. Pretty smart. Expected descriptor data found point data extension. Yeah, I do want that get descriptor get info first. And then that one will point just to pcom data. Okay, there's a thing inside of it. By image sampler, which then will take the image info. And this now is incorrect. Any opaque and use 64. I shouldn't be able to do add cast. This. It's type-based or the pointers? Pointer cast an array of U8s at as Expected any like found. Is it another pointer cast again? Or can I? Doesn't make much sense, does it? What's problematic about that? Missing structure field combine image sampler. Needs to be there. That's weird. Why is this one coming up? Why did it jump? Combined image sampler. Image sampler, single array. I don't know, false. Don't care about that. Buffer push, you're joking. I will not do that. I will just tell it to be undefined. Missing structure properties. Properties. I think that will be filled in. Void. Right, this is not from here anymore. It would actually be a... wait, gets it here. Okay, I think we'll do this. That would be the same. So let's see. And I have no copying old device into new device. No idea where it went wrong. That's great. GDB. Sig out. Binary. Run. Yes. Okay, so it crashed on pre-validate. Validate next. I guess that's one I cannot let be. Panic attempt of null. Get descriptor set layout extension. Wrapper. Texture table. Get descriptor table handle. Now that handle cannot be null because I have already created it. Or should I have created it? Hello Bulpsai, how are you? Welcome to the stream. What have you been up to? Let's see, I mean it should be... that should be valid. It should be valid. Wrapper get descriptor set layout size. And then it says dispatch. Oh. I'm just missing an extension, am I not? Layout size. I think it might be it. But I shouldn't be missing extensions. I should be having all of them that I need. Let's see. Device. Physical device. Device. Shader extension. Not that this one matters yet because what are you working on? I'm trying to make a kind of like editor for what's it called? Editing GIFs on Linux because I want to be able to quickly just record something, you know. I want to make a quick region, record it, and then I want this thing to pop up in a editor where I see the GIF right here, or a timeline, you know, there, and then you got the timeline here, right? So then I can go, oh, I don't want that section, and then this part also, and then I only want to care about this, and then I want to be able to export that as a GIF, just to get a recording down to a smaller format, less resolution and less color, and basically just upload that to Discord or wherever I want to. Right now I have to go record with one tool and then open with another tool, and I just want this to be one and the same tool. And just a simple one that you just press a button, you do the record, and then you edit it, and then you export it, and that's it, right? I don't think nothing more than that. Oh, that's cool. Sounds cool. Yeah. Now I'm stuck. And I'm unsure why, because I think I should have everything that should make this thing work, but it crashes. Scripture set layout size extension, texture handle. All of that should be valid, but it does crash. Panic attempt to use null value. Dispatch get set. I think that can only happen if I don't have the right extensions. Scripture set layout size extension. But I think I should have it. Let's see, how did I do it for the old one? Let's see, sync free address uniform. Sample array uniform draw. No, I don't think I'm missing anything from what I used to do. Hey, what stack are you using for that? Which stack? I'm using Zig for programming language. Then I'm using Vulkan for graphics. And then right now I'm just using, it's just gonna be on Linux and Wayland probably right now, or Hyperland, just for the limited tools that I use. I start a sub process to do slurp for selecting the screen, and then screen copy, WL screen copy to record this, or WL record to record the section, and then load that into memory and use it. But yeah, now I'm kind of stuck. But I was thinking maybe later to not use any of those slurp and those things, then just use it as a standalone application. But that would be later then. Why am I not being able to do this? Physical device features. Pretty sure I got everything I need. Why would it attempt to do a null? Because I think it is initialized. Let's see. Well, GDB wouldn't help me at all here anyways. Let's see. I'm gonna ask. Because I don't know why that would happen. I think I got everything right there, but apparently I don't. Just weird. Because I do pass. This handle cannot be invalid at the point when I call init. It can be afterwards. But at that point I don't care anymore. Is null, the loader never fetched it because the device doesn't enable descriptor buffer. There should be. Your device extender is still just shader objects, feature struct, buffer. Oh, you do need to add it there. Extension descriptor buffer name. Ah, okay. Okay. Extensions. PK extensions. Descriptor buffer name. Okay. Let's see. Set layout size was created with descriptor set layout create flags missing descriptor buffer bit. Descriptor buffer bit. Okay. Send it here. Resource descriptor. Sampler descriptor buffer bit extension. Is it here or is it the? No, it cannot be this one. Descriptor. No. I'm pretty sure it should be this. Layout. Oh, layout was created with descriptor set create missing. Okay, the layout doesn't need it. So then we'll go in here and here stage flag. Where does descriptor flags? Descriptor buffer extension true. I'm down to co-work together on Discord if you're down. I mean, I do a little bit of projects with other people already, with some people on Discord. I haven't done that many. Usually it just ends up me doing it anyways. But you can, if you want to, you can join the Discord. We do have a community where we talk about projects, and I'm gonna actually start doing a little bit more C++ in order to have a chance to get a job, because Zig doesn't get hired. Crazy. And I haven't been able to make enough money for YouTube with Zig, so sadly. But so I will start do a little bit more C++ and participating in game jams or something like that. So you can join with that if you want to. But we're probably gonna start doing C++ or just so I can practice it. And I would like to do more on networking, so I'll probably go and do more on that as well at the same time. But you're free to join if you want. It's just, or other applications using C++. I don't know what it would be, but the games is just relatively like applicable. You can start use the things that you create directly to get result, right? I think I do have a link or even a Twitch to the Discord. If I don't, I can update, but it should be there. Let's see, you normalize coordinates. Okay, creating is true sampler normal must be nearest. Okay, I think that one will put false. Okay. And integer, this thing panicked. We did a integer overflow from handle physical sampler descriptor size. What is the size on this thing anyways? Then it's frame, and then you say, how do you get a variable from this? I don't remember. Trace point text user interface 2i. It will be your first job that you're seeking for. Sorry? My first job seeking for? Wait, sorry, I think I didn't understand what you meant. It will be your first job that you're seeking for. Or do you mean like what will be the first job? I don't think that should be wrong, but it is wrong. Crazy. Int from enum multiplied by descriptor size. Descriptor size is combined image descriptor size. Yeah, that's what I do too. Oh wait, that's sampler. Wait. Okay. Combined image size. Still. But now I'm pretty sure it should be alright. Combined image sampler size. I mean, this one is updated, isn't it? Every time this loop goes through, so it should be alright. Yeah. Unless if I'm missing something. I mean, I'm assuming this is actually some huge garbage value. Let's see. STD log. Not the STD in here. Hahaha, that's funny. Okay. Thinking I could just search it up, or I can also just ask log to find the same thing. At the same time, I could also ask it, how do one check for variable names, variable values inside GDB after crash? Or do you have to put a checkpoint or breakpoint? Breakpoint. So weird. GIF or run inside GUI until it crashes. BT frame to jump to it. Print var. Info local. Okay. So I was just curious. You said that you're going to work more on Civil project to get hired. So I was just curious if it's your first time looking for a job in the industry. Yes. Well, not first time looking. I've been looking for a while now, but I haven't gotten any like either just ignored or rejections. So I was like, I guess I just need to put some more C++ projects on my profile because yeah. I'm not a big fan though on C++. I think it's very ambiguous. The PT. And then frame 2. And then print. And can I say just like print? I cannot say bear. But I can get, let's see, what variables do we have handle? So I can I do that? Okay, but how can I list? How can I list the word in scope? Driver never filled the structure, leaves S type as garb. Alright. So I guess I do need to do the S type real quick also. Just because if I don't do it, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I'm gonna copy and typing those things out like that shit. Don't need them to be on new lines though, that's a bit unnecessary. Wait. Yes. Okay. Got somewhere. The script type combine image sampler has a size of 64 determined by the buffer properties combine sampler descriptor size, but data size is 32. The book expected state if P the type is not type combine image sampler, or well, the type should combine image sampler. That's what the P descriptor info should be. Let's change it real quick. From render, right? And isn't it just here? Combine. There is no such thing. Sample image. Isn't there like a combined sample image? Or do I put it here? Descriptor flags. Where do I put it? Because it's gonna be used as that, but I can't seem to get it right. Right down. Get descriptor extension. Yeah, what's up?
Very.
Alright.
Okay,
Descriptor info, descriptor type combine image sampler has a size of determined by physical the buffer combined sampler, but data size is 32. Vulkan specs if P descriptor info type is not, or P data combined sample has a image view member that was not created with sampler conversion structure in type P, next chain data size must equal the size of the descriptor of type PK descriptor extension type determined by the value physical device descriptor buffer properties, or determine physical descriptor buffer testing properties combat. Specifics P descriptor type combined image sample whose VK sample has created with VK create sample subsample bit extenders. Okay. Combine it, but it is what? What the fuck? Okay. Oh. Oh, but this one is already. Right. What the fuck? Oh, let's ask again. But I feel like we got it as what is, well, except for data size 32. That's the only thing I don't do, but I don't see why I would need, because we are pretty good. You're writing combine your sample descriptor but size them with sample image descriptor size. A command descriptor on is 64. Combining your sample descriptor size that for 64 byte writes into 32 physical device. Fixing physical device descriptor buffer properties. Combine image sample descriptor size. Field feeds your stride map math and presumably the data size you passed. Descriptor one change fix both. Did I just put the wrong thing inside that? Hold on. Okay. Pretty sure I didn't do it wrong. It should be combine image sampler descriptor size. And I do combined image sampler descriptor size. Combined image sampler descriptor size. That's what I do. If you ever split the sampler from an image separate sample, image one global sample, then introduce the right number, but then the type in change to matching type size is the rule.
Okay, what are we doing here? Huh?
The 32 isn't your descriptor size field, it's the layout size. Which you're passing
That's
as
very
data
interesting.
size on line 98. If the descriptor exception want the size one descriptor, not the whole layout.
Hashtag Cloud. I sure do love Cloud.
Yeah, well, how would you figure these things out else? Just
Yeah.
try it.
If we didn't have Cloud, I would probably just put on Google.
One combined descriptor 64.
Bro. What?
And layout size being 32 exposes two more problems upstream. Layout is empty. Render init passes descriptor init. Zero bindings into a texture table init. Well, that's not. No, that's really the wrong one also. It needs a real binding. It has a real binding. Combine your sampler count. Count 256 fragment stage, and the layout must be created with descriptor buffer fit extension. Buffer is wrong for descriptor buffer needs storage buffer. Okay, wait. That means that we can just do a uncombined 64. Physical device. But isn't it supposed to descriptor? That's weird. That's weird. Interesting. With custom dispatch, custom texture to create texture. Proxy with custom dispatch. Get extension. Data size 64. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be that.
Well,
Damon.
Is it Damon?
Oh.
Ain't no way it's
Yeah.
Damon.
I know. Crazy, am I right?
It's pretty freaking
no.
crazy.
So, Damon, how's the elves going?
It's alright. I'm getting close to the end of the game.
Okay.
Very good. Did you manage to do it?
No. I'll probably go back there.
Mm.
We'll figure it out.
Like this is has
She
to
wasn't.
happen.
She wasn't into it because she wants the first time to be with me. And that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. So chat knows it's a game, right? It's a game.
It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm-hmm.
If
Would you?
played it, they'll know.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Kind of itching to play like more of a story-rich game. One that didn't have to do with like first-person shooting. I didn't want to have to have all my
info locals in the
attention
current frame.
span. It's nice because you can kind of like play it and just kind of like not have to have like 100% focus.
Yeah. Reminds you of that game, the other game that you like a lot. Oh man, what's it called? Oh, forgot completely what it was called. RuneScape, right?
RuneScape? No, that's
you like RuneScape, and it's kind of the same thing, You don't have to pay 100% attention.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. Ooh.
Is there anyone actually watching this, Lucas?
Yeah, there's like 2.
I was watching a couple hours ago.
You didn't
You
say
don't count. You don't count.
The rate that lands at that's above the normal 47-bit user space limit, so either your kernel maps GPU memory up to their file level paging possible, then something else is wrong, or pointer is garbage. Settle in the same session. Frame 7 print.
Lucas, why do I see a system init here?
Oh, I went with hot reloading. Then look wherever any mapping covers.
Hot reloading, you say?
Because I need to change the UI quickly, and I hate just restarting all the time.
Guys, I literally joked about having hot reloading in this shit, and Lucas laughed. Now he's doing it. Bro, he's admitting to being a clown, alright?
No, I was thinking I didn't need it, but then I realized that I need to faster iterate on the thing without...
Clown.
So I was like, yeah, I need hot reloading now.
Clown.
So, yeah, I did it.
Slippery Lucas slipping away. Yet
the pointer is cropped stale between map memory and the right.
Reloading for
but size layout prints
a small application.
Tiny. The descriptor layout is still the empty one.
Makes sense, right? Like you want to print Hello World.
The buffer
better
is
with hot reloadable,
and the 64 is off its hand. Okay, but one is
maybe you should just code C# if you really want hot reloading so bad, because there you can do it and it doesn't fuck everything up.
No.
So it's like, no, bro, you should code C++ or C# or something else. Like you're not a good representation.
Scripture layout. Do you have access to see that in here? Well, I guess we can print them.
Represent these. No.
Like if Andrew Kelly saw this code, man. Yeah, I don't know.
It seems to be fine.
I don't know, man.
That's also fine.
Reminds me
that I have no idea if it's fine.
Oh, it's gonna be hot today.
Hot? today, bro. It's the night.
It's gonna be hot today.
Bro, this guy Damon is an actual dumbass. He thinks it's gonna be day soon. Man.
It's gonna be day every day.
I mean, that's true.
I'm supposed to read
That's
these
true.
things? What the fuck? And 32 and 32 seems to be fine. But this... I don't know what I confirmed. The layout is still the empty one. 32 byte. And any real voice runs past it, and the stride math with handle compounds it. Worth also checking print physical device sampler size. It should be 64. Well, that one is 64. That we could see earlier. Yeah.
You know, Lucas, maybe you should give up on these handles and this hot reloading and all this.
The fix is
garbage.
render init where the layout is created with no bindings. But it should be created with binding. Just binding, it is created. Let's take a look. Because here it's binding 0, which it is, and then stage flag is fragment, and descriptor type, well, let's say descriptor count. Okay, I guess we would have to take 256 in there. But where is it getting combined image? There is no such thing as combined image sampler. Is it because of the binding?
Yeah, the binding fucks everything up, bro. Blame everything on the binding.
Well, it doesn't have.
Your hot reloading.
Doesn't
Your
have
hot reloading doesn't work. Binding, but doesn't have what?
It doesn't have combined image sampler when I need it.
Oh, it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
That's interesting because you know, it should have everything because it's using the XML.
Let's see. Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna try this.
Desk layout. Man. Bro is not even doing the nice initialization, bro. I swear it's because of Claude.
What? No, I'm doing this because LSP won't work otherwise.
Claude user, Claude user.
I'm using Claude, but I'm not. This is not Claude. This is me. I would put it here.
If you're starting to sacrifice code quality because of LSP.
User.
Well, it's a little bit hard to know all of these things because the binding doesn't have the same stuff as the actual C code, so I do need it to find these things. I cannot.
Doesn't have the same stuff.
Yeah.
No, it has a better stuff.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to know them out of thin air.
Yeah, I mean they're very easy
Stack
to
Overflow?
figure out.
Well, I can just use Claude. It's faster to give the answer, and it gives the same answer.
Yeah, and uses tokens, and we love token max.
Yeah, it exists. Combined equals 1, line 1 generated sig, probably set as completion, hiding it, type it out, keep combined it. Okay, so it should exist, but LSP doesn't just show it.
You know what, Lucas? Hear me out. I think the reason why you thought that my generic function was so advanced is probably because Claude has brain rotted you. Yeah.
No, because you were poor at explaining it. I actually use it right now for the buffers.
Or at explaining it? Bro,
Yeah.
there's nothing to explain.
Well, I kind of needed to explain that because that was so weird that it was a function. It was returning a structure at the same time. It was weird.
Bro, that's how generic works in SIG.
Let's see.
Bro, have you ever made a generic in SIG?
Well, yeah, now I have.
Really? And what was that?
The buffer.
The buffer. And that was a public function that returned a type, or?
Yeah.
So it wasn't complex then?
No, because I asked Claude how it worked, and now it makes sense.
Okay, well, if you see public function something that returns a type, right? That and then Claude explains it. It's not confusing. But if you see the exact same thing, like a little bit later, then it's confusing.
No, because the thing was that I asked you about how it worked, but you couldn't just. It didn't make sense when you explained, but then I asked Claude how it works, and then it explained it in a way that made sense. I was like, okay, then it makes sense.
Bro, There's nothing to explain. Just look at the code.
I was looking at it, didn't make sense.
Bro, that's what I was saying. Claude is brain rotted you, bro.
Well, it's weird if Claude can explain it in a way that makes sense, but you can't. I think you need to practice your pronunciation or explanation of well, I guess that's
Yeah, okay, yeah, my pronunciation.
Yeah, man, that was the thing that was fucked. I didn't understand what you meant. When you take pipe, I thought you were talking about dingleberries or something. You know, how was I supposed to know?
Oh, dingleberries are cool.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. It sounded cool what he was talking about, but it didn't make sense.
Yeah, but you know, how did Claude explain it then?
I think I don't know if I have a conversation. It was like probably 5 minutes about.
No, that's fine, but like you should like kind of know.
No, I don't remember how it explained it, but I remember how it works.
Okay, so how does it work?
Well, it returns you during a compile time. It returns the structure that you provide through the type in as a parameter to the function, and it then generates the structure, and then you have it.
Yeah, you know what? Applause. You managed to figure out how to do a generic. I'm very, very astonished.
The thing that didn't make sense was that I don't know. It makes sense after like actually going through it, but like when I did it with you, it's like that, it doesn't make any sense. You have a function, it didn't connect to me that it generated a type at all. I was like, what? Where? I thought the type was already defined, but I couldn't connect the dots with how it was defined. It was being generated. I was like, what? Anyways, apparently this is still incorrect.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Bro's coding like I don't know, man, Python or something. Bro, what?
Python.
Yeah. Bro, was that like an MS-DOS imitation of Python?
I still think it's incorrect still.
Lucas, please look at std array list, okay?
No, it used it as an example also to explain how it worked, but the std array list, I didn't look at it. But it told me that it does the same thing under the hood there.
Yeah, because that's how SIG works.
Found it.
Man, compile time, it's not that advanced.
Test minus mapped is equal to 64 is a SIG undefined memory. Fill your handle is undefined garbage, not the stride. Next handle never gets initialized. Oh wait, no, it should. The default handle blank only applies when the struct is right. That's a lot of code. Hello, Louise stream.
That's a lot of code. Yeah, it's because when like the Lucas architecture requires a lot of code.
Proper Python is not relatively easy to do. I do need to give it a...
Wait, one Lucas. One thing about handles
Lucas, not two
is...
Lucas.
No, one thing, Lucas.
One thing. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you see, handles I think can be good, right? But I think you're using them wrong because you're using an enum, and then you probably have like hard coded or some shit.
Yeah, no, enum is not. I use enum because you told me to use enums. But now.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Like the thing is, like if you had a arena, for example, well, you have an allocator, I guess, right? And then if you created shader via the renderer, right? Then it would return a shader handle, right? But what you're doing is you're just putting the shader inside of the renderer, and you're not exposing any way to create a shader outside with like that returns a handle.
Because so the shader doesn't need to be accessible outside for this application. It wouldn't make sense to do it.
So you're telling me that you like why even have the renderer, bro? You just call the Vulkan calls inside of the main then.
No, because I do have the what's it called, upload textures to be that you can re-upload and update them. So you will have the GIF will be able to parse through each frame and then upload the bytes to the same handle and override it. So during rendering, it will upload. You don't have to do anything inside that. That will just work.
Well, you could still just call all the Vulkan functions inside of the main. Like with this specific application, it's not
because
required
you have to do the recording of the GIFs outside. So that's why I'm keeping it outside. Because otherwise you would have the recording inside of Vulkan. That doesn't make sense. And or IO. So I don't want that.
Well, it doesn't really make sense to hard code the shader inside of the renderer.
Well, I mean, I don't need the shaders anywhere else. Why would I have them anywhere else? Then it makes sense, I think.
Well, have you heard about like making something that is like semi-reusable?
Yeah, but I need it. Let's see. Wait. I watched this guy writing a grep in C++ 26/29. What?
Yeah, I saw that video too.
And the syntax was even more obnoxious than SIG or Rust combined. So awful.
Bro, it is flaming SIG? Bro, who is this guy?
Async.
Is it the Mr. Internet?
No, it's Async V. Wait. Create shader extension, create entry point fragment shader stage fragment. It uses descriptor set binding 00 variable textures, but the binding was not declared in the shader create info pset layouts. That's weird. It should be.
You know what, Lucas? I know there's gonna be one day which I'm gonna be so happy, and it's when you realize that hard coding bullshit is not good. Man, that's gonna be such a good day.
That happens when I know enough that I know exactly how the app is gonna turn out, and I know every single turn and twist on it, and then I will do it. But until I don't, then I won't.
What?
Possible descriptor
saying, bro?
Could be used are wiki descriptor type combined image sampler.
Lucas flaming my explanation, but his explanation is not
type is wiki shader code gen type flags does not include shader create descriptor heap bit extension. A resource variable is declared in shader. A corresponding descriptor set is a pset layout which must match the shader stage. Right, but there should be. I guess it could be because no, it says fragment. It's the vertex that I don't care about. And do I have to? It's talking about the create shaders, enter fragments, shader stage fragment. It was, but the binding was not declared in the shader create info. Well, it should be declared there. Create it. Let's take a look.
Yeah, what do you have fun with your garbage, and I'm gonna watch a video.
Yeah, do that. Create shader. Push constant ranges. Didn't Yonder dev hardcode everything and made hundreds of thousands of burger dollars? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just get shit done, and in a way, everything is hard coded until you figure out a way to make it more generic. You can always make things more generic as you go. And I think if you don't know exactly how to make it generic properly, don't even try, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna make something that is over generic or not generic in the right way, and then you have to rewrite it anyways. So just keep it. That's the little thing that you need, and then once you see a concrete problem, a concrete thing that you need to extract, then you extract it. But don't just extract before, because it's a lot harder to bring things back together. It's a lot easier to see I got this one thing that needs to be removed. Then you can just, it's easier to remove something, but then try to fit it back in after you have made things generic is way harder. So I don't like to make things generic before I can for a concrete problem of it needing to be generic. Because it takes time to make it. Takes time. You have to like actually think about how should this system look like if I made it generic. And you have to put time and effort into that, but it's a lot easier to start writing code and let it be hard code, and then you change it as you see it, a concrete evidence of it needing to be more generic. And also it is faster for you to learn stuff. And you're learning based on evidence, not on hypothetical problems. let's see, we have the device and description, and in here we should have push constant range count. Shader stage descriptor texture bindings here, but binding was not declared which. But the binding was not declared. Where should I put? Am I missing? It says that there was no binding declared. I don't see any bindings though. What the fuck? It says that there should be binding. Wait, push constant ranges. Offset stage flags. Nope. What the fuck? Bindings. There is no such thing as bindings. Okay. There is no feed for shader button in grade shader ext. Create this thing, combine image sampler. Do I need? Nah. And the field exists. What? Where? Asset layout count set layouts, but your shader descriptor never exposes it. So shader gets created knowing 0 set layouts. The moment the shader declares textures, creation fails and the save pulls it down through use of the shader failed to create. So set layouts, set layouts count, set layouts len, create shader, stage, next stage, layouts. Okay, wait. Layouts, okay. We'll have to do both of these. Well, then I will have to take in them as layouts or descriptor layouts. Layouts. An array fonts 3k. I could do my own abstraction, or I could just pass descriptor set layouts. Probably need an int casting here. Alright. And then we'll just go and add that to the I don't let me call these ones. That would actually be kind of part of this whole thing. Let's say like this. Well, it's almost just. Well, wait. Why do I even bother doing this? That's dumb. I guess it's a little bit more concise, but it's a bit dumb. Does it really add anything? I don't think it does. don't think it does. So the device. Peer B, enter name vertex. Stage. And then fragment. Wait, I did put it next stage. Whoops. Did it in the wrong order. That's okay. Can do this. Take it away. Put it there. Sphere B stage would be this one. Next stage. And that will be the same. And let's see, this is actually the... Yeah. I will take this. Just for now, it's fine. Data. Okay. The thing that I write it twice is a bit annoying. I think I could do it smarter, maybe. Well, we don't need any more shaders.
Hey, guess what?
Tell me what?
Guess what?
I'm guessing.
Chicken butt.
No way. Think you're crazy, bro. You're super crazy to say that, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make some lunch and chill out.
Sounds fire.
I'll get you later.
Catch you later. Bye bye. Scripture layout. So description and all. Fuck. Okay. Good night, good night. Let's see. We got another problem now. Create shader, self protection, create shader. That should still exist when you do handle. Init. Which one was it? It failed. Line 173. So it's this one, initial. That's interesting. That it actually failed on that. That's weird. 173. So it goes through here and it gets that it should be 0. And then it crashes. Shader init. And then I can do, is it local or what was it? Info locals. Info locals. No locals. Okay, wait. So let's go to frame 1. That's fine. Magic, trait, info. Wait, what can I get? Trait. Can I get what the actual value is inside of it? Bam. Because the handle is unknown. That makes sense because it crashed before it even got possibility to do anything. Why is this a... Why not just make it... This is weird. You should be fine by just doing a pair. Getting rid of that. And then changing this to this. Why is it a const there? Because the LSP worked. What does it want to take in? It wants to take in an array of them. Well, that is an array of them. Bounded lines and you're passing self device, but inside render self is still undefined. Right. Right, okay, I see. Okay. The bound shader stage. Vertex speed shader was created with shader layout count of 0, which doesn't match the bound shader fragment pitch shader. What? Shader stage vertex shader was created. Okay, because both of them need created with set layout counts. I need both of them to have the same. And oh, it should be here. Editors. And this would be fresh on both. That's crazy. Okay. VK shader statically uses descriptors at 0, but because the descriptor was never bound, are not compatible. uses descriptor set 0, but because descriptor was never bound, the pipeline layer are not compatible. If using a descriptor, make sure to call one bind descriptor set, command push descriptor set, command set buffer offset, bind point access graphics, the Vulkan spec if a bound shader was created with pipeline layout and static, and a descriptor set must have been. Okay, so we need to just, but that's, let me take a look in Vulkan. I don't, well, whatever, I don't need it. Render debug pass, render UI pass. Yeah, bind descriptor buffer. I have to do all of this? No, that's crazy. I guess I have to do all of this in order for it to work. Description buffer bindings. Info. Is there like, because it's just one, is there a shorter or do I need? I guess I could also just bind once, but I won't. Both calls are required. Here is the descriptor buffer protocol bind buffer, then point set 0 at an offset in it. It replaces bind descriptor set with the Vulkan sig trims. The ceremonies S-type default tags are struck. Anonymous command bind descriptor buffer extension command 1 address descriptor buffer usage descriptor buffer bit extension through sample descriptor, and then proxy set descriptor buffer extension command graphics self. Okay, it seems like it's just 2 calls then. And well, we can do it here. Let's do it here. Device proxy command bind script or buffer extension frame data command buffer 1, and then okay, so it creates it inside of you. That's what I didn't used to do. I'm just gonna trust it with this self texture table descriptor buffer to get the address device and device, then need usage well, no. Okay, I'm just copying that and taking it out. And that is probably a try or expected 2 items, found 3. Okay, so there is 1 too many of let's see. Do once the command buffer, and then yeah, because it's an array, it will know how many there are, so we don't. Okay. Device proxy set descriptor buffer extension offset extension the frame data command buffer and graphics. Pipeline layout. And then 0, 1. Let's see, what is it actually? It's a first and then just the indices and the offset. So 0 and then basically that. Okay. Can I just say null? Can I just do 0, null, null? Okay. Null doesn't seem to be acceptable. Okay. Sure. The pin buffer, VK buffer was created with usage storage bit, but requires buffer usage shader device address bit. Shader device address bit. It freezes my computer for a while every time. Let's see. Address has no buffer associated that are valid. Is descriptor buffer bit extension buffer resource descriptor buffer extension, but one of the following buffer contain it. Size range has usage buffer usage flags 2. The focus bit that for element p binding info at least one buffer from which address must contain usage. What usage? Address has no buffers associated that are valid. Huh? Descriptor buffer extension. Combine descriptor buffer extension. Well, that buffer should be valid when it goes through there. Oh, that should be valid throughout. Weird. What else is there? Address must be device address allocated to an application from a buffer created with resource descriptor buffer bit flag. Buffer usage. If usage include buffer usage resource descriptor buffer bit extension. Device address allocated. Address must be device address allocated. Address? What? The address must be device address allocated. Buffer user. But if usage include buffer usage sample descriptor buffer bit extension, address must be device address allocated. Address must be device address allocated to the application from a buffer create with usage descriptor buffer bit extension. But it is. Or is it talking about? No, it should be. What the hell? P bindings. Has no buffer associated that are valid. Okay, I guess that's where it's considered not valid because something there is incorrect. Usage sample descriptor buffer bit extension resource, but one of the following buffers contain size range has usage flags too. 0. How would that can't be? The Vulkan spec states for each element of P binding info that at least one buffer from which address was queried must contain usage. But there's only one buffer and it has usage. Address has no buffer associated or valid. Because it gets from here, which gets from here. Let's try removing that and see what happens. Usage descriptor buffer, and then it has a resource descriptor buffer, which I don't know where it gets. Shit, device. It's interesting. Am I just missing like a simple flag? Feels like I'm missing something. So just a simple flag somewhere. Resource. I'm gonna intentionally put it here now, I guess. Okay, well that it didn't crash, but it's still wrong. Or like it didn't stall. I don't know, last time it went crazy. Let's see. Has no buffer associated with a valid buffer, sampler descriptor buffer, resource descriptor buffer, but one of the following buffers contained size has usage buffer resource descriptor bit. The Vulkan spec states for element P binding for at least one buffer of which address was queried must contain usage. What usage? Hello, Deeper SSJSK. How are you? How did you find this? Valid usage implicit must be valid command buffer. Must be valid point to an array of buffer count. Don't get it. Bind descriptor P binding has no buffer associated with valid descriptor. Missing. The following buffers are missing. Usage sampler descriptor buffer. Sampler descriptor buffer. Okay, so I guess we're there. We're just not doing the right thing now. Right, maybe the UVs are wrong. What if we just did this real quick? And then we took away this. Okay, so everything is there, it's right, it's just wrong. It could be the UVs, it could be. Or it's using the wrong texture. Yeah, wait a minute. The initial, well, we could do this. Okay, this may crash, or it may go super good. I'm just gonna say, take the first, because that call never happens. Or does it happen? Ah, it will crash if it doesn't. Okay, 0 should have been a, oops, what the fuck? Oh, it's broken again. Please just exit. Okay. Oh my god. 0. Okay. Because there should be the... Oh, what is that? That's some interesting stuff there. Draw index, entry point, vertex which has an output value declared at location 2, component 0, but there is no corresponding input declared in entry point fragment. Shader, what does that? This is not invalid, but the right to the unused output is discarded. Ah, don't worry about it. What we need to do is to check that I am doing the right thing for the UVs, and RenderDoc is not helping me at all, so that's not funny at all either. We're gonna go to System, and we're going to go into the editor, right? And in the editor, I mean, I think I should have all of the UVs right. Top left. Okay, I think the UVs are right. Are the UVs right? Because that's the only thing I could think of that is wrong. Ah, one more thing. Well, that one does that and checks that I do the right thing with that. We're gonna check texture table. Because I do initialize here and I do calculate texture, so the first one should become 0 and occupy initial slot. Yes, you sample the first text of your upload, which is for FMV frames is image top left. Your vertex rect left is the screen top left pixel. If frames ever show upside down, everything is when the sample image into account the shaders. But this should generate a single texture that is clear weight. Where did I do the... Here. Let me change this. You know, something like that. Okay, that's what's it. Okay. So, okay. It looks pretty cool though that it has that look, but it's not the look I want, but it looks pretty cool. Okay. And then what we can do now is that we should be able to, I think, let me take a look in system. Did all of this, and then I did a create texture. Yes, so that means I could go to editor, and if I could change this to cell. Wait, we don't have access to cell. I can hard code it to 1. It will work. See if it did work. It did. It loads the first frame. Oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Oh yes, finally. Wait, I just wanna know, because this should change the bottom left to use blank. So will it interpolate between the two? Wait, what the fuck? I should have been the bottom left. It's wrong, but that's okay. It's so freaking cool. Oh my god, it's the first frame, guys. It's the first frame. It's the first frame of the recording that is right now rendered there. Oh, is it though like a little bit? Is it? No, it isn't. Ah, that's fire. Oh, that's so freaking cool. Nailed it. Now we just need to make it so it's a timeline and it can play each frame. It's gonna be interesting, but it's getting there. It's getting there. So if I now close this, we can close it, and if I run, let's take a Brave here. I will run it. It will actually like record. So now it will be that thing, right? And it will. Okay, it didn't work. It should have been that, but it wasn't. What was that? What is this? It's close to being it, but it's not it. Wait, let me try it. If I close and I go to cd tmp, and then I will do rm test. Try again. Yeah, okay, it does work. Okay. I got scared for a moment. It's so freaking cool. It's so freaking cool. Take a screenshot of this thing. Oh my god. We'll share it quickly on Discord. All right. That I think will be it. See if we can get Harold in here. Let's see if you want to come and say bye-bye. Does he want to come and say bye-bye? Yeah. All right, he's here.
No.
No, you don't want to say bye?
No.
Okay, there's like 3 people here who wanting you to say bye.
Well, I ain't saying it.
All right, bye-bye.
Cause I'm an island boy and I've been trying to remain. Oh, I'm an island. Me bomba. Helicopter.
So, is it over?
Soon, I'm just doing a quick raid.
Same guy as yesterday?
Yeah, it's used.
Crazy.
I'm raiding with 1 whopping viewer, that's crazy.
Wow, that's a great trade.